Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you all so much for being here, your continued love and support here on the channel. So today's pick your card reading, we are doing why does this connection being between you and your love interest, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? And this may more or less be for those of you that could be finding yourself trying to detach from someone, move on from someone, distance yourself from someone, or you might kind of, maybe be even unsure about a person that you're dating. It might be something that you're noticing where the other person could be pulling away from you, and even with that pulling away, you find yourself gravitating, or just maybe even like a push-pull kind of dynamic going on here. So whatever the situation is, it could even be something that you feel energetically. So why does this connection keep pulling you back in? It might even be an ex-partner, somebody that you broke up with, someone that you were dating years ago, and the two of you stop talking to each other, and you're finding yourself being drawn right back to that person, their energy, whatever the situation is. Okay, so why does this connection keep pulling you back in? We're going to be looking at your energy, the other person's energy, and then the energy between the two of you. I feel like that could be helpful to kind of look at what the energy is in the connection. Which we will probably should do that first, just to kind of serve as a little bit of an energy check to help you to make sure that you've chosen the right group. So we'll do that energy check. What's the energy dynamic between you and your person? And then we'll split it out and see how you feel towards them, how they feel towards you, just to kind of see what is going on. So we have 3 crystals out here for you all to choose from. For group number 1, we have a clear quartz. Group number 2, we have a blue agate, and then for group number 3, we do have opalite. If you already feel drawn to one of the crystals, you can skip right ahead to the timestamp, but I am going to be adding in one of these cards. Since we're going to be doing that energy check to see what the energy is between the two of you, I think that's how we're going to shuffle this out here, okay? We'll start with this card, and then once we get into your group, we'll do a little bit more of the energy check to see what is the energy dynamic between you and your person. And like I said, you can go based off of that to see, okay, is this the right group for me? If it doesn't feel right, you can certainly choose a different group for something that might match a little bit more. I also am available for private readings for those of you that want to have something specific to just yours and your person's energy versus a general reading on YouTube, okay? So group number 1, what is the energy in your connection with your person? What is the energy between you? What is the energy in your connection, group number 1? All right, so group 2, what is the energy in your connection with your person? And group 3. All right, so let's see what we've got. Group number 1. We have chaos and conflict. Card number 33. And that is with the clear quartz. Group number 2, we have co-create, card number 40, and that is with the blue agate. Group 3, we have a leg up, which is card number 34, and that is with the opalite. All right, so those are the options for today. Once again, our pick your card is why does this connection keep pulling you back in. We are going to do an energy check. Okay, this is what this energy is here. We're going to start with that. We'll look at the energy between the two of you, how they're feeling, how you're feeling, to see what is happening there. So why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Group 1, chaos and conflict with the clear quartz. Group number 2, we have co-create with the blue agate. And then group number 3, we have a leg up with opalite. Timestamps will be down below. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the cards, the crystals, the numbers, whatever you feel the most intuitively drawn to, and I will see you all at your reading. Hi, Group 1. So those of you that resonated with the Chaos and Conflict card and the Clear Quartz, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? And so we're going to start off with a little bit of an energy check to see what is the energy connecting the two of you, what is the energy in your connection. And we do have chaos and conflict here, okay? So it may more or less be that the energy between the two of you may feel unstable at times, maybe all the time. It may even describe energy that each of you feel within yourselves. Okay, it could also be that the two of you are having some challenges, difficulties, disagreements with regard to the conflict. So we're going to pull some additional cards here just to get some more information as far as what the energy is. This should also be something that you could use, or could be something that you could use to make sure that you've chosen the right group. Okay, because this is the energy that we are connecting in with for group number 1. So let's see, what is the energy in your connection? What is the energy in group number 1's connection? What is the energy connecting the two of them? The 9 of Swords. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, I can see why. We've got water sign energy here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm going to take this High Priestess in reverse. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the energy connecting the two of you. Ace of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles. And then we have the 6 of Swords here at the bottom. What is underneath that? The Knight of Swords. Okay, so there could be something that's going on with communication between the two of you. It kind of feels like emotions could be running high. We do have the Queen of Cups in reverse, which can talk about clinginess, neediness, emotional instability. It could also be emotional detachment, where one person is more closed off emotionally than the other, which could certainly be causing one person to feel very anxious. The 9 of Swords is about anxiety. It's about overthinking, overanalyzing, worrying, stressing, not being able to sleep, waking up in the middle of the night worried, not feeling very stable, okay? So it could be that there could be some concerns about actual investing here, whether or not one should, with that Page of Pentacles showing up in reverse. It may be that one of you is really thinking twice about whether or not you want to stay single. We have the 9 of Pentacles here, which is about independence, freedom, sovereignty, feeling secure. There could be someone here that's feeling insecure, okay? We do have the 6 of Pentacles here as well. And 6 of Pentacles is an equal exchange between two people. So It may even be causing one person anxiety because they feel like one person isn't giving as much as the other one is. Um, we do have the High Priestess energy here in reverse as well, and it could even be that, you know, your own intuition is feeling a little bit mixed up, and it could also be because of a lot of the mental stuff that's going on here. And so if we start to overthink, overanalyze, that inner voice might not come through as clearly. It definitely feels like there's a lot of emotions that are involved between you and this person. It could be a person who feels confused about how they feel. One person may make more money than the other. Okay, there could be something here surrounding finances, like one person being more financially abundant than the other one. There may even be a conversation here about one person feeling like they're giving more than the other one is, or putting in more time, more effort, or energy, or even more money than the other. The Ace of Pentacles here in the center, the Ace of Pentacles is about a potential. It's about an opportunity. And this could be where the two of you could be unsure, or again, deciding whether or not there is actually something real here, something that the two of you can really build upon. Now, because we do have the Knight of Swords energy here, the Knight of Swords can sometimes be a very impulsive energy. It can be confrontational. It might even be a little bit of aggressiveness or sassy kind of communication. And that, with that whole chaos and conflict, if the two of you are irritating each other, again, arguing with each other, if there's defensiveness, it could make things feel a little rocky, you know, with the chaos and conflict here. Six of Swords is about moving beyond the chaos. It's about moving towards calmer waters. So it could even be that you and the person find yourself like having moments where everything is good and then very intense. Okay, so I do feel like I do want to get a little bit more on the whole chaos and conflict, but if this feels like the dynamic of what you have going on between you and this person, then you found the right group. If not, then you can move on to one of the other groups, or like I said, I am available for private readings if you want to look at your connection specifically. You can find my email in the description box. So tell me more, Spirit, about this chaos and conflict. We have the Queen of Swords, the Star. Someone could still be healing here, very guarded. There could also be something having to do with boundaries, where one person could be having very strong, very firm boundaries, being very direct, very honest. There could be certain things, whoever is embodying this Queen of Swords energy, could be you, it might be the other person though. Queen of Swords is very not going to tolerate any kind of crap. Okay, so if you have a certain boundary with this person and this person keeps pushing your buttons or pushing those limits, then it could make you kind of push that person away. You know, where at times you might feel more like you're leaning in, versus being very guarded and kind of keeping them away. The Star is also about peace. It's about calm. So maybe some of you, you know, the way that this person acts, okay, because we did see the Knight of Swords energy earlier. The Knight of Swords, like I said, could be sometimes very impulsive. And it could be the way that the person speaks, thinks, acts, that could be irritating to this Queen of Swords, okay? So if the person's acting immature, there could be certain issues surrounding maturity. And again, the Queen of Swords has very firm boundaries. If a line is crossed, Queen of Swords would be very quick to cut and remove someone out of their life, okay? Or to, you know, kind of take a step back. Where the Star energy is about calm, it's about peace. And it could be that this queen wants peace, you know, is tired of the chaos, is looking for something that a relationship or connection that is peaceful, that is calm, especially if this Queen of Swords, if that's you, has gone through a lot of things in your past with relationships. And so you might get to this point where you have had people that have lied to you, have hurt you, have manipulated you, have, tried to pull the wool over your eyes, or, where maybe in the past, the old version of you let things slide. This Queen of Swords is very observant and will notice red flags. So let's see. We've got the Ten of Wands. So this could be something that creates a lot of stress. Of course, for either one of you in here in the dynamic, there could be certain things that each of you are kind of dealing with in terms of your past, where maybe both of you are healing. And there could be certain things that are kind of coming up for you. There might even be, I don't think this is for all of you, but for some of you, there might even be, with that High Priestess in reverse. Sometimes this can be when we're not trusting ourselves, or when we're seeking information elsewhere. Meaning, like, let's just say if you or the person that you're dealing with, that instead of kind of trusting yourself and what you feel going into this relationship, where you go and ask your friends, you go and ask family members. And sometimes those family members or friends could give you some really great advice, and sometimes they could be very judgmental, or they could criticize. And then that can also impact, the way that we think or go into a situation where we say, okay, well, my friend told me that I should, think this about you, or I should tell you this, or I should, behave this way. And then that being something that creates even more drama, chaos within the relationship. So 10 of Wands could make us feel super stressed out, drained, exhausted, overwhelmed, very overwhelmed, burdensome, where the relationship, it feels heavy, versus calm, peaceful, and relaxed, where it's very healing. So, and I'm also noticing in your card here, there's a zebra that is wearing giraffe skin. Okay. So it might even be, depending on how long you and this person have been connecting with each other, you could be seeing the person change. They could be seeing you change, revealing certain aspects of your personality, behaviors, patterns, and you might not like it. There could be certain things, where this person presented themselves a certain way in the beginning, and then now they're showing like a whole different side of themselves. And you're just like, what is going on here? Who is this? And vice versa. It could also be the two of you working towards releasing old versions of yourself. Okay. The version of you that you had to become to, through the experiences that you've had, if you've gone through trauma, challenge, difficulty, betrayal, heartbreak, different things in your past relationships, there is a version of you that emerged from those experiences. And sometimes we might even bring those baggage, 10 of Wands here, you can bring baggage, right, into your new connection, and it can affect it. It could be like, let's just say if you're someone who got cheated on in the past, and now going into this connection, you've got insecurities, you've got trust issues. There's a lot of neediness or clinginess or attachment or avoidance or different things that could be going on, and that can make things difficult. Okay, so that's the energy that we've got going on here. We do have Aquarius, we do have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then we also have Gemini and Libra energy. Okay, so this is the energy between the two of you, energy connecting the two of you, which it kind of looks like maybe at times things feel more balanced, because the Six of Pentacles is about balance. So sometimes it could be that things do feel balanced, things, at times you do feel secure, and then other times not so much. Okay, so this is what we're working with. What we want to do now is we're going to look at how they're feeling, how you're feeling, because really what we're trying to find out is, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Okay. I think I might want to hold on to this. We're just going to keep this under here just in case I need to look at it a little bit later to remember anything. So let's take a look at your person first. So how are they feeling towards you? What are their feelings and intentions in this connection? What are their feelings and intentions in this connection? Temperance, Chariot, Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. All of this is very fast moving energy. The Chariot, the Knight, and the Eight of Wands. It's interesting because we've got Temperance, which is really about balance. We have the Empress. I mean, I do feel like this person, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. This person really wants to be with you. Really, really wants to be with you. So they could be like envisioning the two of you being together, having a life with each other, long-term commitment. They want the connection to continue to grow, evolve. I feel like this person is willing to do whatever it's going to take in order to be with you. There could be certain things, which was kind of coming up over here, things that you might not like. Okay, we'll look at your energy there, but the Five of Cups here is about regret. It's about guilt and shame and disappointment and discouragement. So there could be certain things that do make them feel sad at times. It might be things that you point out that they have to change. Things that they might say or do with that Knight of Swords. You know, if there's certain things that this person has said to you or done and that caused you to kind of walk away here or to pull away from them, detach, you know, it could be making them feel sad, upset. It really does make me feel like this person really kind of puts you on a pedestal here. Like they really see you as like their ideal partner. Okay. They see you as someone who they are all in with. The King of Pentacles is here, which is a person who's reliable, dependable, loyal. Okay. This is truly invested here. So this person's invested. They want to invest. They want to, you know, be that person for you where you can trust them. You can let your guard down. You can heal, grow, evolve. This person might see you as someone who's very independent, who it might even make them feel like you don't need them. Like you're such an amazing person that you don't really need them. And so they might be questioning even like where they fit into your life. This person thinks you're amazing. You know, attractive, beautiful. This person very much desires you. This person is willing to heal, to change, to grow. If by chance you are dealing with a person who has any issues with like adult beverages or any other not so great habits, that could be an issue where this person is trying to work on changing that and moving away from their vices. Okay, especially if that's something that you're noticing that this person has an issue with. Temperance is also here, which is another, I feel like all three of these. Okay, Temperance is about moderation as well. So if there's certain things that this person does, I say that because the Knight of Swords can also sometimes be like reckless. Okay, like woohoo, let's party kind of energy. Let's do all the things. So if you're noticing this about this person and you've already asked them to slow down or, not partake in certain things or to just calm down a little bit, Temperance is about moderation. So, you know, mm, I think I want to clarify the Knight of Swords. But at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Swords, 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. This person, like I said, does not want to let you go. They want to be with you. 10 of Pentacles is long-term commitment, relationship. The Four of Pentacles is about clinging. It's about gripping onto something very tight, not wanting to let go. For some of you, it could be that this person notices that you are very closed off. Okay, that doesn't have to be all of you, but it could be that they're noticing that you're very closed off. This Four of Pentacles might even indicate jealousy, possessiveness, okay, insecurity. Again, this person sees you as the Empress here. So, I mean, they could think that you're the most amazing person that they've ever been with, around, dealt with. And so there might be a little bit of some insecurities here or jealousy issues that could be apparent. This person at times can feel like super overwhelmed, really wanting to, again, be with you. The Two of Swords is about confusion. I feel like in this case, with the Two of Swords here, this person might also be questioning, like, what do you want? Are you wanting the same thing with them? We do have the Two of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. Two of Pentacles is about trying to find balance. So they could feel sometimes that things are kind of off and on with you, or back and forth. Where at times the two of you, again, everything's moving along, moving slowly. Moving along and progressing. But then at other times where there is detachment and, pulling away and closing off, where they might, question, like, should they continue? It could even be your behavior too that also makes them feel a little bit confused here. But this person definitely wants to be with you. We've got Sagittarius, Cancer, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus energy, Virgo, and Capricorn. I'm going to pull some oracle here. Let's see. Okay, so how are they feeling towards you, group number 1? Beauty and the Beast. It says major differences, feeling love life is cursed, desperately looking for true love. So again, like I said, this person might feel that you are the most beautiful, attractive person that they've ever been with. We do have Beauty and the Beast here, so it might be that there's some differences between, like, this person maybe not being your usual type, or again, they might feel like you're way too good for them, where they feel like maybe, like, why are you with me? So that could also be, insecurities here as well. Okay. We also have not amused. Okay. It says fed up, don't care anymore, and hard to please. So this person might feel like they're trying to do everything they can, and, what else can I do to make you happy? They could notice that if you are someone who, the Empress, the Empress knows her worth. So the Empress is a very beautiful, abundant energy, and you could be saying certain things to this person, or if they do try to change, or they do try to show you XYZ, that you're just like, whatever, you know, like you don't care, or, you know, something like that. Let's get a little bit more here. It might even go to that whole, like, where they know you don't need them. You know, you're strong, independent, abundant. Some of you are very abundant, very secure in yourself, where this person might be more insecure. Okay. So why does this no, what are we doing? How do they feel towards you? What are their feelings and intentions here? We've got conflicted. I do have to cover part of this up. But we've got decisions here, hot and cold, and also multiple choices. So it could be, you know, that they could be noticing that you are being hot and cold with them. And that could be something that's also very, you know, confusing for them at times. Like, do you want this? Do you not want this? Could be something there. Okay. We have sorrow here, loss, grief, and depression. And then we also have shallow here, hollow, empty, and boredom. Let's get a little bit more on that. I don't necessarily feel that it's this person who's, you know, feels towards you in a shallow way. They might just feel like that they're so invested. You know, some of you, like, this person's in love, like loves and cares about you very deeply. So they might feel that if, you know, what if you don't like them, or are you not loving them as much as they love you? Or so let's get a little bit more information. Tell me more, Spirit, about this shallow energy. Page of Wands, Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you could be, you know, potentially kind of putting off the vibe to them that you just, you know, you're not ready to settle down. Maybe, you know, if, do you really want this? Do you really want a long-term connection? Or would it make you happy? Should they let you go? Would you be happier if you were free, if you were single, if you needed to still explore? You know, Page of Wands is all about adventure and excitement and new experiences. And, you know, they could be thinking like, do you not even see a future with them? You know, it might even be where they feel like if they try to tell you, I want to be with you and I love you, where you don't believe them. You think that they'd rather just be off and be with someone else, you know, and that might be your own insecurities that are there. Okay. All right. So what we want to do now, we're going to look at how you're feeling in this connection. But I can already see with this dynamic here, it's a little wild. It's a little all over the place. So let's see. I think we're going to actually use a different deck for you. Let's use this one. Okay. So how are you feeling? And of course, you know, with the tarot, things can come in flip-flop. So feel free to reverse things as needed. Okay, so how are you feeling towards them? The Tower. Ooh. Okay. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. How are you feeling towards them? This almost feels like your energy wants to give up. Is feeling very torn about just walking away from it altogether. The Five of Wands can be about conflict, differences, challenges, and that might be something that kind of makes you feel like really frustrated and feeling like you put in enough time, enough energy, you've seen all you needed to see, and you're not sure that you want to continue investing here. You may have even kind of stopped completely. Stop trying to nurture it and develop it any further. The Tower energy is here, which can be very chaotic, very unstable, very rocky. The Tower can also be about having an epiphany, a realization. So it could be, the Tower can be about the breakdown of an illusion. So let's just say you saw this person in a certain way at the very beginning of the connection, and now you're seeing them again in a whole new light. You're seeing things that you might not like. So that could be giving you like this big wake up call to say, I don't know if I want to continue to be with this person, because this Five of Wands can represent even inner conflict that you feel with inside of yourself, and that might even be surrounding ending things here. Now, because the world is in reverse, it makes me feel like you haven't completely given up on this yet. There's still a part of you that's holding on to it. Like you're not ready to say goodbye. There's something here that's keeping you, right? Which is why we're doing this reading today. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? So, how are you feeling here? You're this Queen of Swords. This makes me feel like you've seen some things that you're not happy with. And you might even start to notice how this person's energy is affecting you. And when you think about leaving or walking away, you might notice that energetically, when you're around them, it might feel overwhelming. It could feel intense. It could feel very chaotic. And you might not like that, So yeah, Queen of Swords is very, like I said, very firm with the boundaries. You could also be extremely guarded, detached. Again, the Queen of Swords energy is like, I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to stand for it. Ace of Wands in reverse. You certainly could have been turned off. Okay. With this Ace of Wands in reverse. Lost your desire. You might feel like, no, I don't really see the potential in this person that I thought I did. You might feel like you can't trust this person and what they're saying. The Knight of Cups in reverse can sometimes represent a love interest that's, how do I explain that? Kind of like a love interest that is not really, you might even see them as a little bit immature for some of you. Like, do they really love me? Do they really want to build a future? So there's something here that has made you, I would say, lose some kind of desire here. I feel like you're really questioning whether or not this person really is the emperor that you're looking for. They see you as the empress here. The emperor is also a leader. It's about a person who's disciplined, who's organized, who is rock solid. Okay? So if, again, this person has a little bit of that energy that's not quite emperor-like, you're noticing that. Okay? Because what you're looking for is stability. Also, if there are certain things about this person that make you lean into your masculine energy where you feel like you can't be in your feminine energy, that might also be something that's kind of like a little bit of a red flag for you. Where you're constantly feeling like you have to set a boundary and, keep telling this person how to act, how to behave, how to, you know, to be more, I mean, even more masculine with the Emperor here. How to lead you, how to take charge, how to take the initiative to step up. So, I want to look at this. I'm seeing the Seven of Swords here. Yeah, it makes me feel like you don't completely trust this person. So it might be trust issues that you have, especially if you've been, you know, someone who's been lied to in the past, manipulated. I mean, the Queen of Swords she is kind of like the archetype of the woman scorned. Okay. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse? Okay. So you might be noticing some emotional immaturity within this person. Like you might, you know, see them as really sweet and really nice. There could even be an age gap here where this person's younger than you. Kind of feels like you're not wanting to waste your time, you know? Like you're questioning this person's love. Yeah, just things that you're noticing, things that you're observing here. You could also be not really investing yourself so much emotionally here. Like really keeping yourself kind of like really detached here. Not a whole lot of emotional investment. You might like the person, I feel like. Page of Cups can be a very superficial energy. So it could be like you like them. There might be some feelings there with Page of Cups, or even this with this Knight of Cups in reverse. Some feelings, but maybe you don't feel like you're really deeply in love. You know, and for some of you, it might be a little early. You might notice that they feel stronger for you than you feel for them. Why is this Knight of Cups energy here? Judgment in reverse. Justice. Seven of Wands. There's boundaries here. So some of you, it could be that this person isn't respecting your boundaries. Like you might feel like they're not, like they could be ignoring them. Where you constantly feel like you have to set a boundary with them. It may also be that, you know, again, it feels like your energy here has been through some stuff here. With the Justice card, you know, you want a partner who's honest, loyal, treats you with respect, especially the boundaries, whatever those boundaries are. So you might, in some regard, feel like this person is full of it. So that Two of Wands is basically you being at a crossroads. Why is this Two of Wands here? Two of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. I mean, I feel like you do see that there is a connection there. You see that. You do connect with this person on some levels. You know, maybe it's you guys both like the same taste in music. You both like to hike. You both like to go to concerts. You both like to cook. Um, but then there's other things that make you feel just a little indecisive here. Why is this Two of Swords here? Yeah, I feel like you're not sure that you really want to invest, that you really see a future with. Like, can I see myself being with this person? I mean, they sure do. I don't feel like you're quite convinced. Eight of Swords. Yeah, so it kind of makes me feel like you're thinking like, do the negatives or do the positives outweigh the negatives here? It makes me also kind of feel too that you have like this whole zero tolerance for BS. I feel like you could be the type of person who you want to make a logical decision. You're not going to say, okay, just because I like this person, just because they're cute, just because they're handsome means that I should be with them. Like, you're looking at it in a real way because you've been there, done that with partners in the past, and you want to make sure that this time you are choosing to invest wisely. You're not just going to give anyone your heart. So at times you could be cold, detached. You might have a little bit of a spicy tongue here. You could be very defensive. You might say some mean and hurtful things. Or if they kind of have certain behaviors, you're going to be quick to call them out on it. And if at times you feel like, okay, I don't like the way that they did this, or I don't like the way they did that, you can start to think about a lot about the negatives. Eight of Swords can sometimes be like when we're thinking like worst case scenario. What if this person hurts me? What if this person betrays me? What if this person lies? What if they're being a manipulator, you know? So you might, because I'm seeing strength here at the bottom, you might recognize, because this can be part of where you could be bringing in baggage from your previous relationships, where you can become reactive or defensive. There could be things that this person does that really triggers you. And so part of this might also be for you too, especially if you got a temper where this person upsets you, or you might notice that you have to keep yourself under control too. Or it may even be something that bothers you about them where they have a lack of self-control. You know? Strength card is a very calm, very tame energy that has a lot to do with our impulsivity. So if this person is someone who's very impulsive, again, says things, does things, acts out of line, has certain behaviors that just kind of rub you the wrong way, I mean, you're noticing that. You're looking at that stuff. Is this person going to be able to maintain self-control? If they're the one that has the potty mouth and, you know, certain behaviors that they have that irk you, are they going to be someone who is going to mature and is going to be able to maintain this kind of energy around you that is calm, that is gentle, that is kind? But that also could be something that you're noticing with inside of yourself too. You know, this also, the Strength card also has to do with if you have fears, where you have the ability to kind of calm your fears. How is this person making you feel on the inside? Like it's chaos? Or is this person making you feel secure? You know, Strength is a very calm energy, and it could be that you want a partner that makes you feel calm, not one that you feel like you have to be on edge all the time or like in a fight, in a battle here. So let's pull the oracle. Oh, this one wants to come out. The Hand of Fate. Fated events, fated relationship, forces beyond your control. So there's something inside of you. We'll have to look at that. How are you feeling? A loyal companion, loyal and devoted, unconditional love and protection. So, I mean, you could be someone who is, you know, extremely loyal, devoted, and want your partner, of course, to be that for you as well. It could also be things that you're noticing about this person where maybe you do see, you know, good qualities about them, where they are someone who is loyal to you and devoted to you. And that might be something that makes you think along that lines of like, okay, like maybe I am supposed to be with this person, you know? So again, this might be the dynamic between you and them, or it might be because of your old wounds. Five of Swords can sometimes be victim mentality. So if we're feeling like we have to be on the defense and, you know, because we're so afraid of getting hurt because of what people have done to you in the past, where again, you might automatically project that onto this person, you know, and that can be very confusing because it's kind of like a war that goes on with inside of your mind where you're just like, nope, 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 can't let my guard down, can't let myself like this person too much, can't fall in love. Or at times you do soften, at times you do feel connected to them, you guys are talking and looking at each other, and you know, and then other times you're like, so you know, that can be very confusing for you and also make you feel very indecisive because you can be all over the place, right? Which now when I look at that person when they've got that Five of Cups here, you know, it can make them feel sad because of how much they want to be with you. Okay, let's pull. Second chance. Reconciliation, making amends, and an opportunity. And we have hoping, expecting, faith, and manifesting. So there's something within you, you know, that maybe is hoping that things change, that hoping things improve. Because it looks like this person is trying to do that, you know. And maybe you do see a little bit of progress from them, where they are improving things. So what we want to do now is we're going to ask Spirit here, like, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Aside from what we've seen so far, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Let's actually use this one. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in, group one? Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Nine of Wands. Ten of Cups. Four of Cups. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? The Empress. Five of Pentacles and Judgment. Hangman. Hanged Man and the Six of Cups. Again, you know, I feel that you see that there is something special between the two of you. Some of you might be healing and have wounds surrounding rejection and abandonment, emotional neglect from past relationships, from childhood. And I truly believe that you are someone who really does want love. You know, you want to be loved and nurtured and respected in ways that maybe partners in the past have not really treated you. And like I said, it feels like you do acknowledge that there is something there. And I feel like there's a part of you that can see that, you know, that there is that possibility of the two of you really having a beautiful, happy life with each other. You can see it. So I feel like part of you might at times when you like push this person away and are guarded and weary about letting that person in, that you might say, okay, maybe I should give them a chance. I don't want to miss out on an opportunity, because what if this person, you know, like what if this is real? And thinking to yourself that you should be more positive, you should be more optimistic, you should, you know, open up a little bit more, let the person in. Why is this Hanged Man here? Death, Page of Cups. You know, I feel like part of you too could really be afraid of being vulnerable again. I feel like you have a lot of anxiety of wanting to make sure that you know, are not looking at this with rosy colored glasses, that you're wanting to make sure, like when this person says, I love you, or I care about you, and I want to be with you, that they really mean it. Some of you might feel, you know, in some regard that this person is a soulmate for you. I feel like what you acknowledge here is that you see that this person is willing to work on themselves. that they're willing to change. You know, if they say, okay, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to be a better version of myself for you. Or maybe the amount of effort that you see that this person is putting in and the changes that they're willing to make, were because some people don't, right? Some people don't do that. If you're pointing out, you know, certain things, some people just like, well, okay, well, I'm just going to walk away. I'm not going to fix it for you. I'm not going to change for you. I've had people that have told me that in the past partners, where I've brought certain things to their attention. And instead of saying, oh, yeah, hey, let me work on that, or let me, you know, no, they just walked away. You know, so I feel like sometimes, you know, and that's what we should, you know, try to work together with the person to try to be a good support. And I feel like maybe that's what you're noticing from this person, is that you're seeing the lengths at which they will go to, and you notice that. You know, the King of Swords is about focusing on facts, on truth, on reality. And so you see that this person is putting in the time, they're putting in the effort, they're putting in the energy, they're being consistent, they're showing you dedication, they're showing you love, they're showing you care, they're being sensitive to your needs, they're, you know, they're being empathetic, they're being compassionate, they're being honest with you, you know. But I feel like some of you are just, you know, might be so wounded that you might start to think to yourself, like, am I just, you know, do I need to work on myself? You know, where you observe that there are certain things that you need to heal with inside of yourself, or that you see that you're the one who is emotionally unavailable, or you're the one who's got the insecurities, you know, even that you've got to work on here surrounding letting yourself receive love. So, I mean, this could be, you know, even a connection for you that reinforces love, that shows you that love can be different, that, you know, where if you've had certain situations in your past that have really did a number on you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you know, in all ways, where it just has worn you down, that you now have this person who wants to come in to fight for what you have and what, you know, they what they want with you. And so this could be something that builds you back up to the point where you let yourself be loved. You know, you let yourself be loved. You let someone be a support system for you, care for you, you know, because this person looks like, you know, even if you do see them as someone who's emotionally immature, where like this person is actively working towards being more mature for you, to work on themselves and to want to do that and to want to be a better partner for you. Okay. And that's what makes me feel like this kind of brings you back in, is bringing you back in here, because, you know, it could be this person showing to you certain things through their behaviors that are reinforcing to you that, hey, you know what, they do love me, they do care about me. Even if at times where you try to like push it away, you try to ignore it and not acknowledge what they're doing, like this is where you are like seeing what the truth is, seeing what reality is that they are maybe holding space for you while you heal. So let's see. I'll pull, I think, one more of these. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Yin, the feminine energy. The Empress is here, so let's clarify that a little bit further. Page of Cups. Death, Strength, Queen of Pentacles. and the Wheel of Fortune. This makes me feel like Spirit saying here that this is a fated connection. Okay? The two of you are meant to be with each other. Remember that in here we've got... No, I put it away already. Yeah. It was the whole King of Pentacles that was out for your person's, the way that they were feeling with wanting to have that long-term relationship with you, right? The King of Pentacles, I think it came out over here. But basically, the Nine of Wands in reverse is your ability to let go of those blockages, of those old wounds. The Page of Cups can also represent self-love, healing, healing the inner child. And the Seven of Pentacles is a need for us to be patient, right? It might not look exactly like we want it to just yet, but with the Death card being here, the Death card is about transformation. You transforming, them transforming. The Strength card is about being able to control your fears, your emotions, to stabilize them, for you to feel more secure within yourself, to feel more grounded again. The Wheel of Fortune is about change, but it's also about things improving. You know, this could be a whole new cycle of love and relationships for you, where in a way it's worth it for you to put the effort in. So it's almost like Spirit is saying to you, like, why does it keep pulling you back in? The Wheel of Fortune is destiny. That has to do with fate, destiny. So it could be the divine trying to say, like, hold on. Don't give up yet. Just wait a minute. Give it more time. Be patient, which is also a message with strength. Patience. Stop trying to take control. Focus on what you need to focus on at this time, which is the energy of the feminine, nurturing yourself, loving yourself, letting yourself be loved, let yourself receive. So it's this, and in this connection, in a way, it is going through a transformation. You're going through a transformation. It could be something that's going to be very healing for you, right? So in a way, it's still kind of taking shape. It's still taking form. This is where you need to be patient. Tell us more about this Seven of Pentacles here. The Fool. Three of Cups. You know, the Fool is here, which is a new beginning. Three of Cups is joy, it's happiness. The Six of Wands is victory. So in a way, this is why Spirit is saying be patient, because the Six of Wands is success. It's a milestone. It's an accomplishment. It's a celebration. The Ten of Wands is coming out in reverse, which means this weight, this baggage that you've been carrying around is going to be lifted. It's going to be dissolved. Okay. Now, of course, it's your choice. You know, you don't have to stick it out. But I honestly feel like that's what Spirit's telling you to do. And if being around this person is triggering for you, you know, and you need a little bit of space, okay. Take a little bit of space. Take a little break if you need to. But I really feel like Spirit is wanting you to make it work with this person. because it feels like it is going to be something that's worth it. Absolutely worth it. Okay, so this to me, this is the Wheel of Fortune, is the divine at work. Okay. All right, so that is all that I have for you, group number 1. Long reading, but I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, group 2. So those of you that resonated with the blue agate, this is going to be your reading today. And so your card is Co-Create card number 40. And so we're finding out, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? And so we're starting off with a little energy check just to see what the energy is between you and this person. Your card is Co-Create. We're going to pull some additional tarot cards just to get some more information. And this will be something that will help you to make sure that you've chosen the right group. If this doesn't really fit your situation, you can choose one of the other groups. I'm also available for private readings for those of you that want to look into your energy specifically with this person. Okay, you can find my email in the description box. So we're going to look at this little energy check first to see what the energy is between the two of you, the energy in your connection. Then we're going to move on to how they're feeling, how you're feeling, and then we're going to ask Spirit, if we don't see it, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Okay. So what is the energy in your connection with your person? Group number 2, what is the energy connecting the two of you? We have the 2 of Wands in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse. What is the energy between you, connecting the two of you? Temperance in reverse and the 7 of Wands. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we've got the Hermit at the bottom here. The Empress is there. 10 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Okay, so what this feels like is we have a situation where one person is fully ready to invest. Okay, fully ready to invest, knows what they want, is ready to create a relationship, but the other person's energy is unstable. Which is creating a situation that is unbalanced, that could feel one-sided, where one person is ready to go, the other person not so much. There could be indecision. There could be indecision here from one person. So it kind of feels like a person who's not sure that they want to explore the potential here. It could be that one person is more open and expressive than the other person is. One person kind of creating this energy of like stability, where the other person is someone who still feels a little flighty, who might still be thinking about keeping their options open, still exploring. And that could make this dynamic a little bit challenging. And it could feel unstable surrounding what direction this connection's, like where it's actually going, where it's actually headed. And so with Judgment being here, for on one hand, one person could be needing to make a decision, like, are we doing this or not? And then the other person could be having like some kind of wake-up call from the universe about whether or not they should continue to invest here. Is it better to move on and release? So it could be leaving both people here feeling a little bit lost, for different reasons. One person feeling lost because they're like, okay, well, especially if you're the person who knows, okay, I want a relationship with this person. I want to be with them. I want to make this work. I'm all in. And then you're having to deal with the person on the other side who doesn't know, is confused. That could be making you like, okay, like, well, why? Like, what, do they not want this? Do they not like me? Do they not see me? Do they, where for the other person who's unsure, they could be someone who's just lost in life right now and not know what they really want. And if solitude is, if they're better off being single, being alone. So that is the dynamic that we have coming through here. Okay, so if that kind of fits your situation where it kind of feels a little one-sided to you, where one person is clear about, yes, I want this, the other person, I don't know. Then that's what we've got. Okay, you can keep on watching. If this doesn't work and doesn't fit, choose one of the other groups. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to leave this Six of Cups on top. We're going to find out, something's out of alignment though, out of balance with the Temperance card being in reverse. We're going to put these over here. We're going to start off with your person's energy. So how are they feeling towards you? Group number 2. Now this might be a little bit of a longer reading today. Possible. Group 1's reading was about an hour. I'm not sure if yours is going to go on that long, but if it doesn't, don't feel that I love you any less. And more or less is just how the energy comes through, okay? So how are they feeling about you and this connection? What are their intentions? What do you need to know? What do you need to see? 8 of Swords, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands in reverse, Ace of Swords. Oh, Death and the 2 of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a Scorpio. 4 of Cups. How are they feeling towards you? 10 of Cups. Queen of Cups. Ace of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups at the bottom. The Hermit. So they're the Hermit. Where was that? They're the Hermit. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo. They're the withdrawn one here. Now keep in mind, of course, with tarot, roles can be reversed, so feel free to switch the energies if you need to. But Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. This person wants to be single. This person's not ready to settle down. This is avoidant. Okay, so I do feel like this person is attracted to you. Okay, they do find you physically attractive, but I don't feel like this person is interested in a romantic partnership. The Four of Cups can be about rejection, meaning that they're pushing away the opportunity that's there, which is basically what this is. Ace of Cups in reverse is when we turn down an opportunity. We're not taking it. So the vision, you know, that we might have when we go into connecting with people, we all have a different vision of what that Ten of Cups means to us. For some people, the Ten of Cups could be like, okay, we're going to go get married. We're going to go buy a house. We're going to, you know, have all the things. We're going to build a life with each other. You know, so they may not be in a place in their life where they know, which again, seeing the Hermit here, it makes me feel like this person doesn't know what they want. And there could be a loss of desire with pursuing you. I do feel like this person feels like the two of you have like a connection, but it feels like it's more physical. Okay? More physical in nature. So, you know, if you're someone who's telling them like, hey, I'm looking for a long-term relationship, you know, I want a relationship with you, that could be something that they don't want, you know, which is kind of what I'm seeing here. They may not want that. And so they might feel like they want to continue on their journey and explore other romantic connections or connections that maybe are more casual in nature, not so much where they have to like settle down, you know, and make a choice to build something with someone. And it may be, again, because they're a little bit lost right now. They might want to just be by themselves, you know, not want to be tied down into anything. Okay. So I want to clarify a little bit because we have the Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords is about having an epiphany, having some kind of a light bulb moment, a breakthrough. And we've got the Death card here. The Death card is an ending. It's also change. So this person could also be noticing like, I don't feel the same way that you do, or I don't want the same thing as you do. It could also be a bringing something to an end, you know, ending things with you. So we've got a lot of fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then also Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I do want to look at this Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Now, those of you that have told this person how you feel and that you are wanting to build something with them, this could be something that is making this person feel a little bit insecure. They might all start to notice that if you have developed feelings for them, they don't feel that same way. It does make me feel like you could be dealing with a person who is avoidant, who is emotionally unavailable. We do have the Devil here at the bottom as well. Ten of Swords. This person could be someone who's afraid of commitment, afraid of love, afraid of getting too involved. Why is the Ace of Swords here? Even if you haven't told them, but they can kind of pick it up from your energy that you have feelings. And they might be looking this as more of like a fling, something more casual, situationship where they don't have to really invest. Six of Swords is about moving on. Okay. So this person might be realizing like, okay, it's time for me to move on from this. It's time for me to let go. Why is the Ace of Swords here? King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So there's an issue here surrounding the level of investment that this person is willing to put in. Okay, Page of Pentacles, bare minimum, minimal effort. King of Pentacles, all in. So if this person is realizing that, you know, oh, I'm not ready for that kind of level of investment into this relationship, this is all that I'm willing to give at this time, and you're telling them how you feel, you know, and you're wanting a commitment with them, or you're telling them like, hey, do you want to be together? Do you want to be in a relationship? Do you, you know, this is turning something down. This is it could be a loss of interest. Why is the Four of Cups here? Yeah, this person's not interested in a long-term relationship. There's the Hermit again. This person's afraid of change, afraid of opening up into something long-term here. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I mean, I feel like the person likes you, okay? They may also be a person who does get attention from other suitors. Page of Cups is a very superficial energy when it comes to love. It's basically saying that the feelings are underdeveloped, which means that this person doesn't have mature love feelings for you, okay? It's not to say that what they feel is not real. It's just that in comparison to, say, like the Queen of Cups, the way that she loves deeply, genuinely, Page of Cups is superficial, okay? It's kind of like crush energy or like romantic infatuation, where it's not like genuine love. And it's also kind of an indicator where someone is not really allowing themselves to deeply invest emotionally. It's done so in a very superficial way, okay? All right. Why is this Two of Swords here? Ten of Swords. This person might be confused with how they feel. They might care about you, you know. But it kind of feels like this person is conflicted about whether or not, you know, they should open themselves up to the connection, or if it's better to just be free, be single, keep their options open, basically. Why is the Eight of Swords up here? The High Priestess. This person is someone who if you have a situationship with this person, friends of benefits, something like that, this person doesn't want to lose that, okay? I feel like they do like that aspect of your connection because they are attracted to you. They're physically attracted to you. But secretly, this person just wants to just be by themselves. They just want to be single, stay single. They don't want to be in a committed relationship. Let's pull some oracle here. We have creeping doubt, hesitation, skepticism, and pessimism. And then we have a long list. It says high maintenance, unrealistic high standards, never satisfied, hard to please. Now, it could be that they are the one who has high standards and, you know, they're maybe feeling like you're not fitting that, okay? Or it could be the other way around, in which they feel like you're asking too much from them. And it doesn't mean that what you're asking is too much. It's more or less how this person feels. Okay? It's their opinion, their opinion of what you could be asking of them. Don't think that, you know, that doesn't make you good enough or not worthy and all that kind of stuff, okay? Let's pull one more oracle here. We have confusion here, uncertain, unclear, unsure. And then we also have depth here, awareness, importance, and value. Let's get a little bit more information about that. Tell me about the depth here. Knight of Swords. So they could have an awareness that you could be moving along a lot faster than they are in terms of how emotionally connected you are to them. There could also be something here, Seven of Swords is at the bottom. There could also be something here surrounding them not wanting to just kind of rush into, you know, a relationship with someone. The Four of Cups is feeling unhappy, unfulfilled, unsatisfied, boredom. Sometimes it's boredom. This is avoidance. This is also rejection. So, I mean, they could be noticing that they are emotionally unavailable at this time, that they're not really wanting to open themselves up to, like, future. Why are they confused? Why are they confused? Six of Pentacles, Strength, and Death. This is about ending things with you, because the Six of Pentacles, like where the two of you could still be exchanging in some way with each other. Empress in reverse, Five of Cups. Why is this Eight of Swords here? Five of Wands, Three of Swords. I mean, they might also be thinking too, is that feeling guilty, like maybe I should just end it with them because, you know, I don't really feel like I want to be in a relationship, but if I keep going and keep exchanging energy with group two, it's not right. It kind of makes me feel like they feel like this feeling that's unsettled, where they still feel like someone else is out there for them, you know? Why is this Ace? I'm sorry, the Strength card. It kind of makes me feel like this person is dealing with some emotional blockages here, and maybe because of those emotional blockages, you know, this person could be realizing that is a relationship really going to make me feel happy? Page of Wands is at the bottom, Two of Pentacles. This person has an issue with letting it go, because they're not sure it's basically stuck energy. This is the indecision surrounding moving your relationship forward, but also with like just letting it go entirely. I want to ask Spirit here, why won't this person just let this go? Why won't they just let this go? Why? Tower. Nine of Cups. Selfish. Nine of Cups. This is more or less for selfish reasons. Nine of Cups has to do with pleasure. It has to do with personal satisfaction, fulfillment. So if you do, again, have the kind of arrangement with this person where the two of you are in a situationship, friends with benefits, you give them access to you without them having to commit, they might not want to lose that aspect of it, the exchange. Why is the Nine of Cups? King of Wands. Okay, so that's what it is, especially if you are being intimate with this person. Okay. All right, so now what we want to do is we're going to ask how you're feeling towards them. Okay, from what I can see already, it doesn't look like this person is someone who's wanting a relationship. They just want to kind of keep things casual. And there also might be being a little bit selfish instead of just saying, hey, you know what? No, I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't like you that way, or I'm not interested in building something real with you. Maybe we should just cut ties. It looks like they're kind of holding on to this for some selfish reasons here of not wanting to lose complete access to you. Okay, so we're actually going to use a different deck for you. And we're going to be looking at what your feelings in this connection are. Let's use this one. Okay. What are your feelings and energy towards them? Two of Cups. Six of Wands. So really, you're really into this person. You want to try to work past any challenges that the two of you have and make this work. I'm going to take this in reverse. Three of Swords. How are you feeling towards them? Lovers in reverse, Ten of Cups, Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I mean, I do feel like you are noticing that you're kind of stuck in a cycle with this person, where things do feel one-sided for you. Because they're not, they may at times not be reciprocating your energy. Ace of Swords at the bottom with the Ten of Swords. Some of you might already be having your own clarity here where you're feeling like, okay, maybe I should just let this person go. I feel that when this person is and they do give you attention, you know, it makes you feel good, right? It makes you feel good. I feel like there are certain qualities about this person that you see a lot of potential in, and you can truly envision yourself being with them, building something with them. You might notice that there is a little bit of apprehension coming from them, where they're a little bit more slow moving. I definitely feel like you like the connection between the two of you, the chemistry. But yeah, some of you might already be at this point right now where you're kind of noticing that things are a little challenging. You're noticing where this person isn't putting in the same energy as you. It's painful. I feel like you feel hurt. There's still a part of you that is like telling yourself, like, no, just be patient, just wait. They'll come around, they'll change their mind. It could be something that brings about like a lot of anxiety within you, you know, as well, because you really are willing to put in the effort to kind of making things work with this person. Some of you, it could be that this person has kind of shut you out, okay? Some of you might even be in a no contact situation with each other right now. Okay, let's look at this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Four of Pentacles, the World. Magician. Some of you are just really having a hard time with just like letting this person go. There's an attachment that you already have to this person. Yeah, I feel like you're having a little bit of a hard time just kind of saying, you know what? Okay, this person is not taking the initiative here. I should just let go. But it could be that this person, I mean, there could be certain things, you know, that they come in and say or do that keep you kind of like on the hook, you know? So I do feel like you do have an attachment to them. There's a part of you that doesn't want to lose them, doesn't want to let go of them, because you do see this, there's potential. Why is this Lovers in reverse? Some of you are dealing with an Aries, a Gemini, a Virgo. Yeah, I feel like some of you feel like you've already invested a considerable amount of your time, and you do want a relationship with them, or it might even be a reunion if the two of you are separated right now. Why is the Six of Wands here? Ten of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, King of Swords. Some of you, I feel like you're seeing that this person's like not being honest with you. They're not being straightforward. You may have even brought it to like their attention about them needing to kind of put in more effort. You know, you could be mentioning to them where you feel ignored, you feel neglected. It kind of makes me feel like when this person kind of pulls away from you, when they avoid, when they reject, it gives you a lot of anxiety, you know. It might be something for those of you that have like anxious attachment styles where it just kind of triggers that for you, you know. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, about this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Two of Swords. I mean, I feel like you feel confused by this person's behavior because they can be very hot and cold with you. So in a way, it's kind of like you don't know what to think. Like, do they want this or do they not want this? How are you feeling? Carelessness. It says whatever attitude, negligence, inattentiveness, not playing your cards right. I mean, you could be kind of like straight up getting tired of it, you know? Where this person is, I'm going to cover some of this up. We've got the mystical shaman. It says born healer, shamanic lineage, awakening your vision to magic. So, I mean, there could be something, you know, about this person that's triggering certain things within you that you are healing, or it could even be certain things that, you know, you say to yourself, like, okay, well, this person's acting like this because they still need to heal, or The only thing we don't want to do, though, what I feel like could be an issue with that, is making excuses for them, for their avoidance, or for them ignoring you. Because that's where we, with the Two of Swords energy, we can kind of keep ourselves in a place of denial, you know, instead of seeing what the facts and the reality of the situation is. Like, especially if this person gives you attention sometimes, and then other times makes you feel like they don't care. That would be an issue. How are you feeling towards them? Emotional storm. Turmoil, unstable, and feeling affected. I could definitely see why. And we've got healing here, releasing, purifying, cleansing. I mean, it could be certain things that this person has done that like are triggering a lot within you, where you're just like, wow, like I'm having to heal so much from having to deal with all of this energy that this person has in this connection. It can be painful. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to ask our last question here, which is basically asking Spirit, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? But, you know, if this person is clearly, I don't know, making you feel like they're yo-yoing you back and forth, you know, I imagine, because I know I've been in this place before with past people that I've dated. It kind of gives you hope, you know, okay, well, maybe they really do like me, or something like that. All right, so let's ask Spirit here, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Let's use those. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Nine of Wands. Wounded energy. King of Cups. The Sun. The Chariot in reverse. I mean, I feel like with the King of Cups here, you might be already love this person, care about them very deeply. There could be some certain things about this person, maybe their personality, you know, certain things that you really like about them that do make you happy, that do make you smile. But that Chariot in reverse is a block with things progressing and advancing. It's delays, it's setbacks. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? The Three of Cups. I mean, you might really like being around them. You might like spending time with them. Three of Cups is about joy. It's about happiness. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Nine of Cups. Four of Swords. Four of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Six of Cups is here at the bottom. So you feel a connection there with them, an emotional connection to them, and you do want to pursue a relationship with them. Five of Pentacles here. We've got rejection and abandonment. So I feel that the reason that why you keep getting pulled back in, for one thing, there's a need for boundaries here. Okay? If you give this person too much access to you, to the point where they don't have to commit because you have already given all the access, you need to set boundaries. If this is the type of person who comes in and out of your life when it's convenient, there's no boundaries. Right? The Seven of Wands is about standing your ground and defending and protecting your energy. Sometimes, yes, our emotions can cloud our judgment, where if the person does at times give you attention, that can give us kind of like a little bit of an ego boost. It can kind of, it makes us feel good, But I am kind of feeling like this person is triggering rejection and abandonment wounds for you. And so that sometimes can kind of keep us stuck like in this vicious cycle where, at times when they're not talking to you, or they're not, they're ignoring you, they're shutting you out, they're blocking you, they're avoiding you, it triggers those wounds for you. And we start to internalize a lot of that. We start to think, okay, am I not good enough? Am I not attractive enough? I'm not pretty enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not desirable. What's wrong with me? And that makes us want to keep chasing, right? Because we feel insecure. We want to be chosen. When we're coming from these kinds of wounds here. The Five of Pentacles is scarcity. It's abandonment, lack. So I feel like you might be someone who might not, it's not easy anyway. It's not the most pleasant feeling when we are rejected. But you could be having a hard time with accepting it, accepting that this person is who they are. Their behavior is showing you exactly who they are. And instead of seeing the potential, there's a need for us to look at what the reality is. The version of themselves that they are choosing to be versus the idea that we have in our head about them. So I want to tell me more about this Four of Cups here. Death, Ten of Swords, and Nine of Swords. So even the idea of the change that would take place in your life with you cutting this person off and saying, okay, that's it, I'm done, I'm moving on, that brings about fear, anxiety surrounding rejection here, surrounding things being done, right? So why is this Nine of Swords here? Knight of Cups, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. Because then part of you would be like, well, what if they go find someone else? What if they fall in love with someone else? Maybe I should just accept them like this, the way that they are, so that they don't leave and go find someone else, right? Those are all those things in our head. Out of fear, this is a self-worth issue, right? We feel like we can't get better. We're not deserving of better. We're not deserving of more. So we accept the breadcrumbs from this person because it's better than nothing. You could even have fears like, okay, I'm going to end things with this person, and then what if I never find someone? What if I never find love? What if I don't feel as deeply for that other person that I do feel for this person? I'll never love like that again, right? All those negative thoughts in our head. Five of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. It's this whole inconsistency and the need for you to move away from it. Eight of Wands in reverse. Four of Swords. In a way, there's a need for you to choose peace, choose stability, and this person is not giving that to you. And it could also be confusing for you at times, because sometimes it could be, oh yes, things are smooth sailing with this person, until they're not again. Until the person becomes inconsistent again. You know? So again, it kind of keeps you stuck in that loop there. So I want to get some advice for you, group 2. What is group 2's advice for this connection? Knight of Swords. What is group 2's advice? Nine of Pentacles. Magician. And the Queen of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is about change. And I feel like what Spirit's saying is that you're needing to focus on yourself and on a person who is going to make you feel secure, right? Because what this person's doing to you is not making you, it's not consistent, it's not reliable, it's not dependable. So Wheel of Fortune is a need for a time for change. In a way, this is a need for you to observe the cycle that you have yourself in right now, this karmic cycle. And I really feel from looking at this, there could be wounds that you have to heal here surrounding lack, low self-esteem, low self-worth, rejection, and abandonment. Because when you heal those and start to work on that within yourself, a person with this kind of energy is not going to look so good to you. You're going to know within inside of yourself that you deserve better. You deserve more than this. And you love and respect yourself so much, you're not going to tolerate this. Judgment in reverse. This makes me feel like Spirit's saying that your own intuition has been trying to get you to move on from this person, because your future spouse, your long-term partner, is someone else. This is the person you're looking for in terms of the relationship partner. Judgment in reverse is when we're ignoring the signs. In a way, you choose your destiny in love, right? We can choose to continue on this path with this person, off and on, hot and cold, inconsistent, and play the game, right? Or we can choose a different path that leads you towards this person. This is where the choice is yours. We can either keep ourselves stuck in the cycle, right, where we're not learning the lesson. We keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Or we make the choice to align with the person that we're truly meant to be with, because this feels like this person is teaching you what your worth is. You have to know when to let go, when to move on, when something is not serving you. You've got someone else here. Okay, this is when we're basically kind of ignoring the call of our soul. Your soul's calling you for change, like saying, hey, we got to get out of this cycle here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you, group number 2. I do hope this reading was helpful for you all, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonated with the leg up card and the opalite, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Okay. So we're starting off with a little bit of an energy check-in first. We're looking at the energy in the connection between the two of you, the energy existing between you and this person. This leg up card is part of that. Okay, so we're going to do the energy check first. This will be something that will help you to make sure that you've chosen the right group. If this doesn't really resonate with the situation that you have going on with your person, you are more than welcome to choose a different group. I am also available for private readings. If you want to look at your energy with your person specifically, you can find my email in the description box. We're going to start with this energy check, and then we're going to move on to how they're feeling in the connection about you, how you're feeling, and then we're going to ask Spirit, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Okay, there might be some obvious answers that come through with the reading, but we're going to just kind of go back in and get some extra info from Spirit. So let's get started. Group number 3. What is the energy connecting you and this person? What is the energy in your connection with them? The Tower, Chariot, the 9 of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. What is the energy in your connection with them? Three of Cups. Page of Pentacles. And we have Death. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aries. I'm going to clarify this Tower. Seven of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and 9 of Wands. Okay, for some of you, this might be like a new connection where you are, just meeting and starting to date this person. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, okay, where is this relationship headed? Is it going to progress? Is it going to advance and move forward? How long is it going to be before this connection moves forward, if it does at all? And for others of you, this might be a situation where you have already put in time and energy into this connection, and you might feel like it's not developing in the way that you want it to. Okay, and that could make you start to worry a little bit about whether or not even you should move on from this. Okay, now of course, because we're looking at the energy between the two of you, this could be how you feel, how they feel, and just kind of like a combination here. I want to look at this 9 of Swords. We've got Virgo, Sagittarius, and Libra. Yeah, it feels like, questioning, like, should we give more time? Should we give some more time to this? Is this really what we're wanting? Should we continue to put in effort here? Tell me more about this energy, a leg up. Five of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. Yeah, someone might be feeling a little bit insecure about rushing, like things moving too quickly. So one person might be a lot more solid, say, like, than the other. So, yeah, and we've also got Pisces energy. I want to see what this card, 34. The relationship message says, relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. You know? So like I said, someone might be feeling a little bit insecure here about moving things forward or to the next stage. Things might have even gotten a little bit stagnant, okay, between you and this person. Someone might be a little bit more withdrawn than the other here, spending a lot of time alone, healing, thinking. There could be someone who's wounded here, okay? So that's the energy that we're kind of working with here. We're going to save all of these. We're going to start off with how your person is feeling, okay, in this connection, feeling towards you. And then we're going to move on to your energy. And then why does this connection keep pulling you back in? All right, so starting off with theirs. As I was telling group 1 and group 2, this might be a little bit of a longer reading today. I think group 1's reading was like about an hour long. Group 2's was about maybe 50 minutes. Okay. It really depends on how the energy comes through. So if yours is a little shorter, a little longer, you know, it really just kind of depends on how Spirit brings through the energy. All right, so how is your person feeling here, group number 3? How are they feeling about you and the connection? We've got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Lovers in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. The Chariot, the High Priestess. So we've got Gemini, Cancer, Pisces. Two of Pentacles, King of Wands, the World. The Tower. Star. And the Emperor. We got the Four of Wands here at the bottom with the Five of Pentacles. So I do want to clarify some things here. I want to look, why is this Lovers in reverse? We've also got Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Leo. Why is this Lovers in reverse? Eight of Wands. Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Well, like I said, some of you, it might be a new connection. A newer, I should say, newer connection. Why is this Ace of Swords here? Eight of Swords in reverse. That would be a good thing. The Emperor. Knight of Wands. I mean, I do feel like this person is attracted to you. They do see you as someone that they can see themselves building a relationship with. They do acknowledge where they can get into their head a little bit and have like kind of like overthinking. Those of you where you have like a newer relationship, I don't know, maybe like say less than a year, 6 months or less even, they might kind of feel, if they haven't committed to you yet, I mean, they could be thinking like it's too early to tell, and they're not wanting to kind of like rush into, you know, a commitment too soon if you're not committed to them yet, or they're more or less just kind of open to the opportunity, but just kind of seeing how things kind of play out between the two of you. I do want to see why this Two of Pentacles is here. Okay. Strength, King of Cups, and the Two of Swords. This might even be like where this person is noticing that they're starting to develop a really deep feeling for you, deep connection. It may be where they're not even telling you yet. You know, just kind of saying, okay, just wait, not yet, not yet, hold on. So why is this Tower here? Why is the Tower here? Queen of Swords. Why? What is... Why are they feeling insecure about this? I mean, over here we have the Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. There's the Devil. Are we dealing with a person who's afraid of commitment here? Just like ask Spirit, like, what is their problem? What is their problem? Why is the World here? Five of Swords. There's the Devil. Five of Wands. Okay, so the World is about ending something, bringing something to an end. Now, I will say this, because we do have the Five of Swords, Five of Wands, Devil here. If you two are not getting along with each other, fighting a lot, lots of disagreements, lots of negativity, drama, as much as they're attracted to you and they like you and they have feelings for you, care about you, there could be certain negative thoughts in their mind about committing to you, you know, or moving in with each other, or whatever would be kind of like that next stage, perhaps, of your relationship. Or if they're noticing toxic patterns, behaviors, the way that you guys argue with each other, talk to each other, if you say mean and hurtful things to them, you know, or this could also be past energy for them that they project onto you, which you might have nothing to do with. So if the dynamic between the two of you is where they're already starting to notice red flags, or, you know, you guys not getting along with each other, there's differences there in belief systems or values, or, you know, little things like that, that could be, or even there might even be other people involved here. Some of you, it might, I don't know, maybe it's a forbidden love situation for some of you. The person might also be dealing with a situation, maybe, in their life that is in conflict with you and them being together. Meaning that they would have to make some type of changes to their life in order to be with you, because the devil is also about limitations and restrictions. So if there's like family involved, or there's like you guys work together and that creates some kind of a conflict there, you know, because we have all these aces up here. The aces are about new beginnings, a new start, potential. So if your person is, you know, like in a situation where they can't just be with you, like they have to make a change in their life, they have to do something to change something in their life in order for you and them to be together, do they have the courage to do that? You know, does that mean that like they've got to quit their job, or they've got to, you know, if, I don't know, maybe some of you could be like third party situation where they would have to like leave someone, divorce someone to have like a whole new life, you know, with you. Or you could be the one who's, you know, involved, and that creates conflict too. Because Five of Swords can also be betrayal. Devil sometimes can be third party affairs, stuff like that. So, I mean, that could be a situation here for some of you where they've got to make some kind of a change. Because in a way, this is kind of like a supportive energy where one person needs help, right? The little bear cub that's trying to get on its parents' back. So let's see. Let's pull some oracle here. How are they feeling about you? We've got the Traveler. It says a foreigner, beginning your journey, or a long distance relationship. I mean, the World could be a travel card. So can the Chariot. Maybe you guys live at a distance from each other. We've also got planetary vibes, planetary influences, celestial realms, connection with the cosmos. That kind of makes me feel like the person, I mean, they could be a spiritual person who believes like, oh, you know, you come into my life for, you know, this reason, or the universe brought us together, or the reason that we're not together is because of these planets that are, you know, aligning or not aligning, or, you know, kind of something like that, where they could be thinking stuff like that. Or maybe they feel a very spiritual connection. Why do we have bitterness here? You guys fighting with each other? We have resentment, anger, hurtful words, and we also have obscurity here. Secrets, mysteries, and concealing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of you have a hidden connection with this person. Now, again, this might have nothing to do with you. Okay? It could be something that they feel towards ex-partner or partners, and that being something that kind of makes them a little weary about getting into a relationship because of what happened to them in the past. So tell me about the obscurity here. Oh, some of you, this is a work thing. time, this person is trying to hide and conceal their feelings for you because they don't want to get coworkers' attention. Also, the Six of Wands can sometimes be about public recognition. Three of Pentacles is the community card. So some of you might be dealing with a person who maybe like what they do for a living or what you do for a living could also create some kind of conflict here. Or this person worries about what other people are going to think or say, or they just don't want people to know, to find out. They're not trying to get attention for your connection here. So it could be a person like that has feelings for you and you guys work together and it's like, okay, we're not telling anybody. We're not going to make eyes at each other across the room. Yeah, this could be some type of collaboration where like the two of you work together in some regard. You work with them, for them. Something like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at how you're feeling towards them. I'm going to take a second to look at this base energy first real quick because I feel, yes, this person does feel a connection to you here. Some of you, like I said, they could have feelings, care about you very deeply. Some of you, it might even be love. There's attraction here. Like I said, some of you, it might be so new that with Lovers in reverse, it's kind of like when... Or, like I said, if you're dealing with a person who's married, in order for them to have a new beginning with you, that would mean they would need to get a separation or divorce from someone else in order to make that happen with you. Some of you, this might also indicate that you have a history with them, meaning that they're an old flame. Sometimes the Lovers in reverse can be when something is still new, okay? Like a new connection, a new relationship. But the Eight of Wands can talk about like a lot of intense energy too. So it could be that you guys are already like bonding with each other, getting close to each other, spending time with each other. And there's already that special little connection, even if it's just an innocent one for some of you, where nothing's really happened yet. Connection's definitely there though, okay? All right, so now let's go to how you're feeling in the connection. Lovers in reverse can also be not forcing something, you know? So even though you guys might feel like all sweet and cute Six of Cups towards each other, there's all this new beginning energy here, you know? Are we really going to go for it? Are we really going to pursue it? There's potential there, but Lovers is also a choice card, and the Lovers in reverse is indecision. Okay, so let's use a different deck for you. We'll use that one. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Magician, Gemini, Virgo. Five of Pentacles. Some of you, it could be that you guys are not talking right now. Magician is Mercury. Communication. Five of Pentacles can be about abandonment, isolation. Ten of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. I feel like you really want a relationship with this person. Like you're manifesting it. your focused intention here. Yeah, you really feel the connection here. I mean, maybe sometimes this person shuts you out with that Five of Pentacles, where they ignore you or just kind of push you away. I feel like sometimes you probably obsess over them. Think about, you know, when the two of you are close to each other, talking to each other, looking at each other, spending time being around each other. You feel a connection there. Two of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Hangman in reverse. So if it has been kind of like a stuck situation, you are someone who's wanting this to change. Like you want to start something with this person. Empress, yeah, you could really love them, care about them, want to continue to nurture their relationship. Some of you might be hiding the way that you feel towards them, not revealing it to them, not telling them how deeply or strongly you feel towards them. I mean, I feel like you see them as like, you know, the person that you want to be with. You envision yourself being with in the future. But that Hierophant in reverse, this is Hierophant in reverse. This is something that is unconventional. Why is the Hierophant in reverse? Five of Cups, Two of Swords in reverse. Some of you, this might even be because of culture, religion, like different belief systems, things like that, that could be kind of discouraging. So it might be like we're, you know, you are from a different religion than them. You're from a different culture. That can be something that makes you feel a little bit discouraged. Or it could be that you're questioning, like, let's just say they are someone who's married or you're married, you know, where you're faced with a decision that you have to make by ending your marriage or relationship in order to be with them. Or if they're with someone else, you know, you could be thinking like to yourself, like, okay, are they going to leave that other person? Are they going to get a divorce? Or they, you know, and that could be something that makes you feel a little discouraged, disappointed as well. There's grief. The Five of Cups is grief. So there's grief over something here that has to do maybe with culture, religion, a commitment of some kind. Hierophant can also symbolize like an institution, which could be like the company that you work for, or, you know, it could represent your workplace. I mean, Hierophant can also be about higher education. So like, let's just say you guys go to the same university. They're a teacher. Maybe someone's a teacher or a priest. So something about it is unconventional. Meaning like against, you know, against or not the norm, right? Maybe it's the circumstances. Why is this Eight of Swords here? Judgment, the Fool in reverse, and the Page of Wands. I mean, I feel like you really want to explore this connection. You might be questioning, because if the restrictions are around them, you might be like thinking like, when are they going to take that leap of faith? When are they going to like explore this relationship with me or explore the potential here? Why is the Magician? Ooh, I saw the Six of Swords. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of you were thinking about, you know, should you move on from this? Should you hold on to it? Maybe some of you have even tried to detach from this person. Why is the Magician here? Four of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Some of you, this could be a person that you were with, but you had a breakup with, and you're still holding on to them, and you still want to pursue a relationship with them. Some of you, I feel like you're very attached to this person. Like you really desire to be with them. I feel like this entire situation could be at times very overwhelming for you. You know, I'm seeing the Ace of Swords here and the Lovers. I really feel like you really want this person. You want to be with them. You want to be in a relationship with them. Some of you might want to marry this person, want to be with them for the long-term relationship. Some of you feel like this is your person. Some of you might already have children with them. Or they could be someone who has children with someone else, and that being something that's creating a challenge between you and them. Or like their ex, like let's just say they have children with their ex, and their ex is kind of still in the picture, involved, and it could be causing issues. Okay. We have a big heart, genuine love, kind, loving, and generous, can be trusted with your heart. You know, and maybe this is something that you're trying to prove to this person, is that you are genuine, that you're loyal, that you're someone who is willing to give so much love to them and into this connection, and that they can trust you. We've got ancient history here, ancestral karma, gifts from the ancestors, and someone you have a past with. I mean, it could literally be that, yes, you do have a past with this person. You've been with them before. It may even be some of you feeling like you have a past life with them, if you do believe in past lives. We have cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced and distorted, and apology, forgiveness, return, and sorry. What happened with the cloudy judgment? Tell me about cloudy judgment here. Death, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. What happened? Did someone leave? Because this looks like an ending here. Let's just say for those of you where you were with this person in the past, you know, you were in a relationship with them, and maybe way back when you guys were involved with each other, you know, you weren't mature or ready, available, and you just kind of ended things with each other, or made a decision to say, you know what, I'm done with you, we're done. And then now, like, you know, apologizing to this person for what have happened in the past and wanting to revisit the connection. Why the apology? I mean, maybe there's something that they have to apologize to you for, or you want to apologize to them for. Seven of Swords, deception, avoidance. Seven of Swords can also be escapism, running, cheating. Was there cheating here? Some of you, this could even be a situation where you're involved with someone who's married to someone else, in a relationship with someone else, and the partner found out. And the partner found out, and now they've pulled away from you. Apologizing to their spouse or to their, girlfriend, boyfriend. And that being something that's confusing to you, because they could have been someone who was telling you, oh yeah, I'm leaving that relationship, I'm getting a divorce. And then as soon as spouse finds out, it's like, oh, all of a sudden, I'm sorry, I apologize, I'm going to try to make this relationship work, which could be confusing for you too. Could totally throw you off if you're involved in that. Or if you see them doing that, you might be thinking to yourself, like, what are they doing? They were telling me this whole time that they were not happy in the marriage, that they were going to leave, and now all of a sudden they're going back to this person. So some of you might be in a situation like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is ask Spirit, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? But from what I can see here, you really want to be with this person. You really want to be with them. Which now makes me think, for those of you where this is a person who's going through potentially some kind of change to their relationship, that you're trying to help them, maybe for some of you. Like you're willing to give them the leg up, to be a support system while they go through something. The energy between the two of you. Okay. So yes, let's ask Spirit now, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Group number 3. Why does this connection keep pulling you back in? Group 3, 2 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. 6 of Swords. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. This feels like you're still invested into an idea that there is going to be some type of reunion, reconciliation, relationship for the two of you. 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Some of you might be angry, resentful, hurt, feeling lied to, manipulated, betrayed. Some of you, this person could have hurt you with their actions, with their words, and you may have had a hard time moving on, because there might still be a part of you that hopes for a reunion here or a reconciliation. Or like if you're involved with somebody who's married to someone else, you could still be like holding on to hope that, okay, maybe they're going to leave. Maybe they're going to leave that relationship. Ten of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Why does this keep pulling you back in? Seven of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords. Ace of Swords. This might be that you are avoiding the truth, reality. If you're still involved with this person, it could still be that there's still manipulation there. If this person is someone who kind of comes in and out of your life, you know, it could still make you hold on to, again, that hope that, okay, you know, it's going to go somewhere. It's going to lead somewhere. There still might be a lot of illusion here. Okay, I want to look at this Three of Wands because this is the anticipation. This is the waiting, the longing. Why is this Three of Wands here? There it is again. Six of Wands. Six of Wands has to do with validation, recognition. So it's kind of like you're waiting for this person to see you, to acknowledge you, to choose you, reconcile with you, be with you. The star is about hope. You know, some of you may have put this person on a pedestal. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Yeah, this could be running from the truth here. Some of you might be obsessing. Why is this Ace of Swords here? Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is the need to bring it to an end. I mean, some of you, if this person broke up with you, you could be having, again, a really hard time with moving on, with detachment, with freeing yourself from that. You could still want to be with them. Why is the Seven of Cups in reverse? Judgment, Five of Cups, and the Sun. You know, maybe some of you are needing to recognize that holding on to this person or this situation could be something that is causing you a lot of pain. Five of Cups is grief. So it could be that, yes, you are still grieving this connection. The Judgment card is... Sometimes it can be a wake-up call for us, a call to release. Maybe it's releasing grief, pain, if this person's avoiding you, if they broke up with you, like I said, for some of you. It could be grieving the loss of the person or even of the life that you had envisioned, the fantasy, the dream, the idea, you know. So when we're asking, why does this connection keep pulling you back in? There's something that you haven't processed here. You know, for some of you, it's your emotions. There's a lot of heavy emotions, pain here. This is a lot of obsessing. And it could be running from the truth, avoiding the truth. Seven of Swords is escapism. It's also if any of you have been, if this person cheated on you, if they lied to you, manipulated you, betrayed you in some way. Again, there still might be anger here, resentment that you feel towards them, bitterness. You could feel bitter. You know, wanting them, again, like I said with the Six of Wands here, this is seeking validation, seeking, like, see me. You know, you could want like something from them that says, I still love you, or I do love you, or I still care, or so there's a lot of heavy energy here in a way that keeps you tied into this situation. So even if you try to, like, okay, I'm going to detach, I'm going to move on, I'm going to stay away from them, there's still a lot of grief here. There's still a lot of pain here for some of you, or anger, resentment that you haven't worked through yet. And so those intense energies keep us connected, right? They keep us tied to that person. So we can, you know, keep ourselves in a place where we say, okay, no, you know, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to worry about them. I'm fine. I'm good. But then we still have all of this heavy energy that we've got to work through. It's just going to keep resurfacing, right? And then you're going to start thinking about them, right? Eight of Swords is more thinking and thinking and thinking and just like going over and over. And it might even happen without, you know, like you even wanting to think about them, because the Eight of Swords can be like intrusive thoughts where they are just in your head all day long, every day. This is a mental prison of our own doing when we obsess over something. In a way, it's kind of like we give our power away to this person, to this situation. Why is this Eight of Swords here? Two of Swords. Yeah, some of you, this could be denial because you still love this person. You still want to be with them. So yeah, some of you, it's denial. It's not wanting to accept the truth, the reality, you know, especially for those of you where things are done between the two of you or have ended. Now, going back to when we were looking at the beginning, right? When we were talking about, you know, potentially for some of you, this being like a person that you just started dating, you know? For you, it may more or less be that, you know, you are envisioning the future with the person. And from the way that we saw their energy, which, you know, it's a little different than yours, you still holding on to that vision, you know, of the two of you having like this life with each other, long-term relationship with each other. Like I said, certainly we can grieve the loss of the idea that we had, you know, about someone. When we initially start dating them, we're like, wow, you know, yeah, I feel like I could be with this person. Like they've got some good qualities here. Like, so, yeah, but I feel like it's definitely feelings. There is attachment here. Four of Pentacles is clinging. It's attachment. It's also about control and possession. So sometimes we might try to control the situation, you know, instead of letting things surrender and letting things be as they are, where it's our own mind that wants to control the outcome, you know. Maybe we want a different ending than what's playing out. So we try to take control by saying something, doing something to try to, shift things kind of in our favor at times. Because we won't accept what the reality is, Okay, so what I think I want to do for you is I want to get some advice from Spirit for you with this. And it is getting dark in here. What is Group 3's advice? The Empress. Queen of Swords. Ace of Wands. I honestly feel like Spirit's asking you to protect your heart, okay? Notice how this Empress is behind the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is, it's about boundaries. It's about protecting yourself. The Nine of Wands can sometimes be like when we're very wounded, and so, we might be looking at the potential, right, of a person, but it's important for you to observe the person's patterns, the person's behaviors. Queen of Swords is very observant. She's going to look at whether or not the person's words match their actions. Are they consistent? Are they committed? Are they putting in the effort? This is about looking for red flags. So I definitely feel like Spirit's asking you to protect your heart. Whether or not it's safe for you to invest emotionally. I also feel because the Empress is here, this is about you recognizing what your worth is. And if this person is someone who does start to show you that they are being consistent, that they are choosing you, that they are making you a priority, then we can kind of let that guard down, let that person in emotionally, because we're sure that they are reciprocating the energy that we're giving. I want to look at this Queen of Swords. And if you feel that this person is someone who's not, choosing you completely, fully, then focus your energy elsewhere towards a person who is going to make you feel secure, someone who is wanting to invest, someone that you can build with, especially if long-term relationship is something that you truly want. You can keep your options open and, explore other romantic opportunities. Maybe for some of you, a change is needed out of a cycle with this person and to work towards improving the next chapter of your love life with more discernment as well, because the Queen of Swords is also about discernment. We want to make sure that the situation for us is ideal and to be honest with ourselves about things and whether or not we feel like the circumstance, the situation, the person, really them being in our life, whether or not it truly serves our highest good. Setting emotions aside and thinking logically about it. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, group number 3. I do hope this reading was helpful for you all, and I will see you in the next one.